Okay, so I wanted to show you the graphs for some of these exponential functions. So I'm going to refer back to what we just did in our notes of f of x equals 3 to the x. So the first thing I'm going to do here is type in f of x equals 3 to the x. So it's going to put this red graph here for us. So now I'm going to type in the other functions that we had so we can see what's going on and how this is happening and how these changes happen. So we'll take g of x equals 3 to the x plus 1. Oops. Guess we have to make sure that we put parentheses around this. So 3 to the x plus 1. And we get rid of this plus sign, and there we go. So we've shifted this whole graph to the left 1 and obtained the blue graph. So let's take a look then at h of x. So h of x, from our notes, said we had 3 to the x, and then we subtracted 2. So here you can see we've taken that red, remember red is our original, we've taken the red function and we've shifted it down 2 units. K of x, we had the negative 3 raised to the x power. So here you can see that we've taken that and flipped it. So we've taken the red graph, and I'm going to turn off the green and the blue here for a second. So here we've taken the red function and we've split it. And it looks here like they overlap. However, if we zoom very close to 0, we will see that they do not, in fact, overlap, but they're going to look like they do. So the closer we go, you'll see that they actually do not overlap. Because 0 is an asymptote for both of them. So let's take a look here then at j of x. And j of x is going to be equal to 3 to the, and I'm going to put this in parentheses, 3 to the negative x. And this is actually, our purple function here is taking that red function and flipping it over the y-axis. So here you can see the two different reflections. So remember, red is our original graph. When we do k of x, we reflect it, so the negatives out in front of the number, we're reflecting it over the y or the x-axis. And when j of x, we have 3 to the negative x, we're reflecting that over the y-axis, and that happens when our exponent is negative. So these are some of the visuals that you can get with this graph so that you know kind of what's happening. And if you're ever working on an assignment and you're asked to describe the transformations, start with one transformation at a time. And kind of see what happens to that. So like, what did adding 1 do to this? Or what did subtracting 2 here do to that? Or making my exponent negative x, what happened with that? So there's so many different things that you can do with this and kind of play around with it. And please use Desmos as a tool for this. Now I saved my graph, but please use Desmos as a tool to kind of play around, and you have the option to save your graphs as well.